Hello YouTubers. Well, today's little adventure or misadventure that I always seems like there isn't a day that goes by that there isn't some sort of misadventure that I'm getting myself into. But anyways, I kind of got to get caught up here. I got a whole bunch of content coming up. I filmed a whole bunch, or I've videoed a whole bunch of stuff way ahead of time already, and I don't have time to keep up with the editing, so I'm kind of getting behind. So if I don't kind of do a catch-up video here of where I am in the season, you'll probably end up watching this almost by Christmas time, which is kind of irrelevant then or whatever. Of course, it's middle of summer. I'm in the haying season here on the farm. I got to move a lot of equipment around from field to field. I don't have all my fields. I don't own my hay fields. I rent land. I mean, I own my pasture land for the cattle, but I don't hay land like most people, like a lot of farmers. I rent a lot of land. So in the course of doing so, I have to chase around, move my haying equipment to the tractors and the cutting equipment and the tractor and baler and the hay rake and the other tractor and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of shuffling around from field to field to field. All my fields are within anywhere from a half mile to 10 miles away from home. So I kind of work my way through the fields as I'm going, so I don't have too far to move. When I do an initial move is up to 10 miles, and then I will kind of work my way back towards the farm. So it makes a lot of moving. Now that's not an issue if you have a lot of help around, the people in and out of like a lot of family farms. There's different family members around to help you, shuttle equipment around. It's not a big deal. Unfortunately, I do a lot of my farm work by myself. I do have other relatives in the area, but they're busy with their own lives, and my brother has his own farm and he's busy. There isn't always somebody around to help. Now I could ask another non-farm neighbor to help me, but they're always like, well, let me know 3 days in advance. And trust me, when you're making hay, you don't have 3 days in it. You're chasing the weather. So it's kind of at a moment's notice. You got to head out and move a tractor and move to the next field and keep on, because if you don't, the season passes you by and the weather and time waits for no one. So anyways, getting to the point here, in the process of doing so, I had to come up with a way of moving equipment around years back here. Found something that works great for me. Doesn't work for everyone. I know a few other farmers that use different ways of moving, shuttling equipment around on their own. I use dirt bikes to move equipment around, plain and simple. Been doing it for a while, works good. They're light, fast. I've got little 2x2 inch receiver hitches welded to pretty much all the back of all the haying equipment, and I have one of these bike transport racks that any of you that owns bikes and plays with that stuff, you've seen these things. They slip into the receiver hitch in the back of your truck or SUV or whatever, and they got a little ramp, and you bring the bike up on there and you strap it down and away you go. Well, instead of behind the truck or SUV, I do it behind the tractor or the piece of haying equipment. So it's my way of getting moving stuff around. So anyways, blabbered on way too long again, but getting into it, the bike in question and feature of today's video is 2000 Honda CR250R. Yeah, it's a full-blown race bike. This one's geared pretty tall, as in I got the sprocket set up that it's not a short track bike it's geared to the moon, so to speak. I got it where I've got a big front drive sprocket and a smaller rear driven sprocket. So yeah, the thing is a rocket ship down the trails and small back, quiet, dusty gravel roads. But and that's what I want, because I got to get to where I need to get to quickly. So anyways, the bike overall is in pretty good shape. It's not the plastics. I don't like black plastic schemes on any bike, whether it be Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki. I'm kind of a traditionalist. I like my, on a Honda, I either like combinations of red and white, all white, or, well, to a lesser extent, all red. If you're a Yamaha guy, I think it should be combination, either all blue or combinations of blue and white, Suzuki, yellow, yellow and white. You get the idea. If you're a Kawasaki, all green. This is how the bike came. If I got it a number of years back, and I still haven't, I was going to buy a new plastics kit for it. I still haven't gotten to it yet. And in a way, I'm glad I didn't, because last year when I had a mishap here and I was transporting the bike here, one of my hold-down straps snapped, and the bike went for a tumble off the side of one of the piece of haying equipment, and unfortunately before you can stop everything, and it got dragged there a little bit, and got some road rash on the front fender, and the back fender got scraped up a little more. It was already cracked when I got it, so pretty soon here it's going to end up being a Ronnie Mac special if I don't get some new plastics here pretty soon. So my side panels and my radiator skirts, or whatever you want to call them here, they're still in pretty good shape. They're a bit dull and not as you know, nice as they could be, but this isn't a toy. Like as much as what everybody is going to think and say, well, you know, you're another toy or whatever. No, this is not a toy to me. This is a tool. The bike gets used, like I say, for transporting stuff around, and to go for a joyride or to go play riding. Literally, I think last year I took it out once all summer to actually just, and that was at the beginning of the season, just to take it for a rip to you know, shake the cobwebs out, so to speak. And then after that I used it a few times to move equipment around and drain the fuel and the carb out, and the gas tank out, and the carburetor bowl out, and got stored away in the shop here for the winter. It's still even a bit dirty from last year. I haven't even gotten to washing it yet, so. But it's going to be today here. I need to move a tractor and whatchamacallit, so kind of waited to the last minute to do it here. But anyways, I got to see if we can get this sucker fired up here right away. Sometimes this one, when I got it, was in pretty good shape. The engine had been just freshly rebuilt, so this one has a full pro circuit, the exhaust on it. The main header pipe here is I guess a little bit older pipe. It was from a previous model or something from the 90s, so it's a very close fit, but it's not quite. So, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it works great, and it's coupled up to basically a brand new pro circuit factory R304 stainless shorty. So yeah, makes it for a pretty potent combination. So it's not jetted for you know, full on like I say ragged edge you know, motocross racing. It's more set up for trail riding type of thing. So like I say, which is fine. That's I need a bike with long legs, and it doesn't need to be leaned out quite so much or whatever, so works good for what I'm doing, like I say. So anyways, pause you here for a second. We'll be right back here. I'll get you folks set up here, and you can watch me either successfully get this thing started, or fumble around like an idiot and take me half an hour to get it started. So we'll see. Sometimes this bike usually starts pretty good, but of course when you're going to put it on camera, it's probably going to, you know, not want to behave itself today, so to speak. Things always have a tendency to do that. So anyways, here we go. I gotta open my gas tank valve, or whatever you prefer to call it. Oh, how come? Seems each passing year, and the older I get, the harder or heavier these things seem to get. I don't know. Anyways. Give it full choke. And no, I don't have fancy motocross boots. I've got crappy, worn out, old, dirty work boots. Which, by the way, I'm got to get a new pair here shortly. So one. Let's see how many it's going to take. Sometimes it fires off on only 2 or 3 after it's been sitting for literally, it's been sitting for like 10, 11 months. So we'll see. The dogs are getting excited. They hate this thing when I start it up. Okay, let me go get a helmet on, set you guys up over here and get it warmed up a little more, and we're going to take it for a couple of good rips here, and then we're going to get ready to move the tractor. As you, I don't know if you can see or not, but I've done a pretty good job of scarifying my driveway here, so any washboard has been pretty much wiped out here for the time being. So, and the dogs, well, their tongues are all pretty much dragging on the ground here. They did so much barking and getting excited here, but my tongue's gonna be dragging on the ground here. Anyways, okay, folks, I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Now, because I was ripping around, now crazy is all excited here on the weekend here. Now they're going to start ripping around, showing off. But Anyways, been riding dirt bikes for years, nothing new there. So anyways, kind of regressed back to my childhood youth or whatever, midlife crisis or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, no, like I say, it's a tool, and I still have some fun with it too once in a while. So, but for the most part, it is for practical purposes, and I'm not making excuses to cover that. So, anyways, we'll bring you folks back here in a little bit here when I get the transport loaded, pinned down onto one of the piece of haying equipment here, and I'll show you the whole process here, me getting it loaded and heading out to the field with it. So, okay, be back in a bit. Anyways, you get the idea. I'm going to finish strapping this down. I got to put an extra set on there. I double them up, so just to make sure after the last little incident there, I always make sure that I have a double set on there. So I'll finish getting that strapped down and everything set into place, and then I'll bring you folks back in a second here. Hang on. Well, there we have it, folks. Got it. I got two sets of straps on each side here up to the, what do you want to call it there, the fork tree or triple tree or whatever there. It's the strongest point there of the upper part of the bike there, so that's where it's tied down to. And then they got some mounting lugs here on that carrier ramp here. Show you here. That's my receiver hitch there that I got welded onto the frame there that slips into. So yeah, like I say, it's not maybe not the best system out there or whatever, but hey, it works for me. I get my equipment from out to the field and back home or whatever, and now I'm gonna go bring this and drop this off and get my way back home here on the bike or whatever, and it's pretty much the end of the day here anyway, so we're gonna call it quits here pretty quick here. So just want to get the machine moved so it's out to the next field, the next farm there, and ready to start going here in the next day or two here whenever the weather allows. So anyways, folks, I guess we're gonna call this a video here again, and thanks to everybody for sticking around till this part of the video. If you watched the whole thing, I really appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by and checking it out, and thank you to everyone who's comes back here on a regular basis. So you know the deal. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and helps out the little channels like me here. So anyways, appreciate you folks all stopping in and checking this out. So anyways, till the next time, take care.